From your friends here at FM Talk at 102.7.
I just want justice for the rebellion.
It's a big wage thing.
Turn that crap off.
On butt plugs.
Turn that crap off.
Damn it. I'm not doing the chicken dance. Butt plugs.
I hate you.
Butt plug.
I hate you.
Hey, my ball sack's bouncing around like a hippity hop.
Scrotum.
Who?
Scrotum.
Okay, they were connected to toys. Hold on.
Oh, toy.
Scrotum.
What's your name?
Scrotum.
Hardware. Okay. What does she need in hardware?
I got your pleasure menu. Could you hold on a minute?
Yeah, mommy. Me, you, your mama, a couple of friends, my Rottweiler, some power tools.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
She's a gusher. Damn you all to hell. Damn you all to hell. Damn. I have been vindicated. You're a simple and society act, and you'll never amount to anything.
Opie and Anthony at 102.7.
And we are ready to broadcast. What's up? It's Opie, it's Anthony.
All right. We're here full of tea and vinegar, like they say.
Tea and vinegar?
Well, we made it in.
Well, first of all, I'm in a great mood because no one was on the highway when I decided to drive in today.
Oh, I love when they tell everybody to take mass tran.
Oh,
It's the free ticket.
all right, Ann. There are so many people just standing by to discuss. I see what they want to discuss.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I guess people were listening to the radio last night. All right, we got to take a quick break.
All right.
Swear, right after commercials, we'll go right to the phones, okay?
Okay.
Could get interesting. Stay there.
Radio Defense, do you know who this is? No, who is this?
FM Talk at 102.7.
Hurricane Floyd.
Welcome to the bottomless pit of ignorance. FM Talk at 102.7.
Yes, it's Opie and Anthony. This is FM Talk at 102.7. If you got something for the show, give us a call, 212-757-1027. Want to go right to the phones, Anthony?
Hey, why not?
All right, let's start with Steve. Steve, what's going on today?
Hey, Owen, you guys rock, number one.
Thank you, man.
First of all, I have a question about this genius who comes on after you.
Yeah.
I'm kind of confused about his name because my radio's a little messed up. Is it Leykis or Lickass? I'm not really sure.
Actually, I think his name is Tubby Tom.
Oh, is that what it is, Tubby Tom?
Yeah, just start calling him Tubby Tom.
So we're going to do that. So he's in there badmouthing you guys about you don't got material for 5 hours. Meanwhile, this genius spends half an hour badmouthing you of his only 3-hour show. What's this guy's genius? What's his problem?
No, you got it wrong. He bashed us for an hour. He spent 33% of his show in New York talking about Opie and Anthony.
Yeah.
So
great.
My other question about this genius is, where did he come from? When the hell is he going back to commit suicide?
See, we got him all pissed off because we know he stole Flip 'em Out Fridays or whatever he calls his little cute flashing thing he does on the highways and byways from us.
Yeah.
Flip 'em Out Wednesday, which we've been doing for 4 years. He knows he stole it, we got him so pissed off yesterday. He had to spend the first hour talking about Opie and Anthony. He's on in like 80 markets. So basically, 90 to 95% of his audience has no clue who Opie and Anthony are.
Right.
Yeah. And then he spends an hour telling everyone across the country who we are and telling them about our lovely promotion, Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
That's a great way to do well, too. You come to the station that has one show that anyone is listening to at the time and just start bashing that show. You know, we were here 15 months, built our listeners out of nothing.
Built an army here. We got a small army.
An army.
Right.
And Tubby Tom comes in, and the second day on the air, he's bashing us?
Yeah. Well, he's smart. You know, he needs us to talk about him for him to succeed.
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't he understand? He needs our listeners to listen to him.
Right.
Okay? And he's syndicated in 80 markets. And we got him so pissed off that he had to spend an hour discussing us to people that have no idea who we are. And we're stupid. I just did my job once again, getting people to talk about us.
That was very interesting.
So if you weren't listening last night, hey, if Tom wants us to talk about him, all right, we'll play the game.
Sure.
Early on, we'll play the game with you, Tubby Tom, no problem. Because it's going to.
They didn't expect us to come in there last night.
No,
I know that.
It's going to take more than having us discuss you for a couple days, and then we're going to forget about you, and then we'll see how well you really do in New York. But we'll play the game, and we'll talk about Tubby Tom on our radio show. Okay?
But what could we possibly talk about, Opie?
Well, let's talk about first of all what happened last night, where he's ranting and raving about us and just losing it and claiming that he had no idea who we were until about...
I didn't even know these people a year ago.
He says that he found out about us about 6 months ago, Anthony.
6 months!
And then he proceeds to discuss our radio history to his audience all over the country. Then he claims that he never heard of Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then had to try to defend himself and prove to his audience that he came up with Flip 'em Out Friday without ever hearing about Whip 'em Out Wednesday. Okay? He also went on to say, that he doesn't read the trade magazines in radio, Anthony.
Yeah, sure.
See, Whip 'em Out Wednesday was written about in all the trades across America. And if you're in radio, that's what you do. You read the trade magazines, okay?
I don't. I'm too cool.
So that's a lie there. And then he proceeds to go, defending himself more about his Flip 'em Out Friday. And then he proceeds to say, but there is a guy in Seattle that ripped him off perfectly, where you put the WOW on your car and stuff. I thought you didn't know about WOW. And then he's talking about a guy in Seattle that is ripping off our promotion. He knows exactly what WOW is about before he starts Flip 'em Out Friday.
With contradiction.
So he heard us ranting and raving yesterday, and he goes, these guys don't have the balls to say it to my face.
I've been in here. They didn't have the balls to say it. I mean, they don't even come in and talk to me.
So I'm assuming he thought we were in our cars or something.
Obviously, he thought we were gone by this point.
And then he tells all his listeners another lie, like we waited around to talk to him. No, see, after the show, we hang out for at least a half hour to an hour, just talking about the show, talking about what we want to do
talk about what
on the next show.
You are.
Right. Have a couple beers in our office. So he was convinced we were in our cars, and so now he's all big and brave and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Calling us out. So Ant goes, I got to give Ant all the credit on this one. Ant goes, let's go.
I go, I can't stand here and listen to this crap with the guy sitting there across the other side of the building saying that we don't have balls to confront them.
Right.
All right, fine. That I consider that a challenge.
Right. So we go marching down the hall like two lunatics, your pals, Opie and Anthony. Ant starts pounding on the door because...
Well, I keep my door locked.
The guy...
Never know when an ex might want to come in and shoot me.
So the guy... Yeah, he broadcasts with the door locked. That's how brave this guy is. He's talking all bad crap about yours truly, and he has his studio door locked.
Yeah.
Who's going to mess with him? So we bust in, and first of all, we got to tell you what we saw. It is really, really fun.
It is quite a sight.
Tubby Tom likes to broadcast in the complete darkness.
Yeah.
All right, so it's completely dark in his studio, probably because he can't face, looking at himself.
Probably. And just the lights from the board throwing off an eerie glow.
An eerie glow. And then he's got dark sunglasses on top of being in the pitch dark.
That's weird.
And then he's got this, Down syndrome haircut, okay? I got to paint the picture. So he's got the Down syndrome haircut. I don't know if it's a wig or not, but it's the worst hair I've ever seen. He's got the sunglasses on. He's broadcasting from a dark studio, okay? And the last thing he likes to do, which is really funny, during the day he wears fat man suits.
Yeah.
Really stupid, fat man suits. You see those guys in Manhattan where they're sweaty and they're messy and it's just fat man suit.
Got it at the Big and Portly store.
Right. So he comes to work. I guess he takes off his fat man suit because he's done doing his business during the day. And he comes to work in ghetto gear.
Yeah, G-money.
How old is this guy? Is he 50 or something? 45? Ghetto gear. That's what so we bust into the studio, and that's what we have to see. The Down syndrome haircut, the dark sunglasses. He's in the pitch dark. We have no idea where he's even broadcasting from. And then we start going at it, right? And I was able to get out that, we did come up with Whip 'em Out Wednesday, and I was, making my case. And then I'm yelling and screaming, telling him that he looks completely ridiculous broadcasting in a dark studio with sunglasses on. He's getting more and more pissed. And then he goes, well, explain it to me. Explain it to me. Oh! So I go, okay, Chubb. When I said that, when I was mimicking him, he got so freaking pissed, he slams the microphones off and goes, that's it, I'm not talking to those guys anymore. I'm done. I'm exercising my power of authority. So, yeah, he shut the mics off. It's which point, I mean, come on. We learned from Psycho Mark when he had the bullhorn that day. Right. Shut your mic off. You yell loud enough, it'll get picked up. Right, so I had to start yelling, pussy, pussy, pussy. Because he was being a pussy. And then he proceeds to spend the next 40 minutes trashing us. Yeah. Without us in the studio. So there you go, Tom. We'll talk about you today, Tubby Tom. I don't think you'll like it. I seriously don't think you'll like the subject matter. See, Opie and I always have this thing whenever we get into any battles. If someone hits us with a spitball, we will fire a atomic bomb back. Right. We don't like playing. And that's stupid. And then he proceeded to do one of the oldest tricks in the book. Well, first of all, playing the Andy Griffith music under my name. That's Opie. I get it. God, guys in college abuse me that way. I think he can come up with something a little better than that. And then he proceeds to try the divide and conquer thing. I love when jocks try to do that. They'll like pit each other against each other. They'll say like Anthony carries the show, or some people will say Opie carries the show. To try to get us like fighting within ourselves here. That old gag. It's not going to happen. People have tried in the past, Pally. So he goes, Anthony carries the show, and he should go get his own agent. Hey, maybe I could be on your show, Tom. Boy, that'd be great. Can I do that? Call 1-800-BLOW-ME. So, John, what's going on? Voice, that affected me. He's trying to sound like he's, did he say he was a New Yorker or something? Does he do that with every city he goes to? I love Tennessee. Memphis, Nashville, my hometown. I have a generic, stupid radio voice, so I can say I'm from anywhere. New York. And then he's trying to say like we were from Boston. Right. No, we're from New York. Born and raised, idiot. I think people can tell. Somebody who's really from New York, and someone who might reside in the Hollywood Hills with Madonna as their neighbor. Well, that's what he says. He brags about how he lives in Hollywood Hills. Well, whatever. I mean, I don't know if that's too relatable to many people. So, John, what's going on?
How you doing, guys?
All right.
You guys are great. Just want to say, is that Tugboat Tom now?
Tubby Tom, yeah.
Yeah, Tugboat Tom. He's there? All right. After you guys stormed in the studio, and then you left, he's saying, oh, look at how much class they have to come in and interrupt my radio show. He's calling you guys out, and when you confront them, that's down.
He was shocked when he saw us in the studio. Simple as that. He knows it, too.
It was funny, because I was in a meeting, I come out, and I was hoping to get you guys, and then I hear this guy, and what's going on talking about this? And then I hear you guys come in yelling at him. And I just look at him, he's backing down on his pussy, whatever he calls himself. And then he proceeds to say that we have no material for our show. He does a 3-hour show in New York, okay? He spent the first hour discussing us to like 95% of his audience that has no idea who Opie and Anthony are. And then he proceeds to talk for the next 2 hours about Italian. That was it. Anyone could put that show together. How tough is that? And Tubby Tom, you got to realize one thing. See, you're on after us. Remember that. Also, officially, your show starts at 6 o'clock, doesn't it? But New York doesn't get to hear your first hour. Know why? Because Opie and Anthony are still on the air. Tubby Tom. Well,
he thought he was going to come to town and they were going to, change our hours to like 2 to 6, so all of New York could have the pleasure of hearing the whole Tubby Tom show. Doesn't work that way. You guys don't get to hear the first hour of that, thank God.
Yeah, thank God is right. But let me tell you, I started listening to you guys when you first came on. Everybody was saying, comparing you're taking stuff from Howard. Howard's great, but you know what? You guys are the rising stars. You guys are going to take over, and I wish you guys the best of luck.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, take care.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Should we get into the other stuff about Tubby Tom?
Wow.
Before they tell us to stop?
Yeah, we'll see how long we can even talk about this before they make us stop.
See, Tubby Tom, he pretty much called us out during his show yesterday and said, make sure you listen to 2 because the guys will talk about me for the whole show. We're not going to spend the whole show on you, Tubby Tom. Don't flatter yourself. But I guess we could tell some of the new listeners to the Tubby Tom show a little bit about Tubby Tom.
Maybe, yeah. Let them know a little bit about his past, maybe. Up in Boston. Tom was in Boston, too, wasn't he?
Yes, Tubby Tom was in Boston.
Mm-hmm. How long ago was that?
I don't even know.
Yeah, a few years.
A few years ago, and he was kind of run out of town. Isn't that true?
We were run out of town, though, too, Opie. So, we'd be hypocritical if we faulted him on that, right?
We were run out of town for telling all of Boston that the mayor died in a car accident for April Fools.
That's a fun thing, right?
That's tame compared to what Tubby Tom was allegedly run out of town for.
Wait, that's not as fun as, beating up your wife? Why?
Well, it's allegedly.
Why?
Allegedly, Tubby Tom beat up one of his ex-wives. Allegedly.
Boy, there's some great stories out there.
But we are getting the newspaper articles.
Yeah, we're having them faxed down immediately.
Right. Because Tubby Tom wants to play. So if you want to play, we'll play with you. We'll play. So we'll let your whole New York audience know that allegedly you got in trouble for beating up one of your ex-wives after a Christmas party.
What was that? WRKO up there?
Yeah.
Had their little Christmas party. Guess Tom
picked a few too many back. I drank too much. Got completely snackered. Went home and the bitch pissed me off. I mean, what can I do?
And it's alleged.
You know what all these battered wives have in common? They just don't listen.
All this is allegedly, right? It's also alleged that he tried to shove her in the fireplace. What a man's man, huh?
That is the best story yet. Yeah.
So your pal Tubby Tom, allegedly a wife beater. That's good.
That's what we heard the story. Oh, here's one of the articles coming through now. Yeah, it was Christmas. It must have been a great scene. The fire crackling in the fireplace, the Christmas tree lit. There's Tom and one of his wives, and from what I heard of the story, he supposedly took one of the logs and was hitting her with at a Yule log, and then tried to throw her into the fireplace. All right, and
now that's funny.
I got the story right here from the Boston Herald. See, Tubby Tom, you said you want to play. Well, we're just playing, right? This is fun, right?
Let's read the story.
Departing WRKO Talkmaster Tubby Tom agreed yesterday to attend a year-long program for wife beaters and a plea bargain agreement that allowed him to avoid trial for assault and battery. Tubby Tom charged with beating and threatening to kill his fourth wife after getting tanked at the company Christmas party will be allowed to complete his sensitivity training at the Center for the Prevention of Domestic Violence in L.A. Tubby Tom announced last Saturday, to the joy of his bosses, that he is returning to L.A. to take a job with the Westwood One Radio Network. And since he'll no longer be a danger to our community, the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office agreed to the plea bargain deal.
You got to plea bargain yourself out of that charge.
The DA told Boston Municipal Court Judge William Tierney she was recommending a year's pretrial probation for Tubby Tom because he was leaving town and because Tubby Tom has indicated she does not wish to proceed with this matter. And it goes on to say, and that's pretty much it. Insiders at the DA office, who had hoped to make Tubby Tom the poster boy in their campaign against domestic violence, said the deal was cut because it was unlikely a judge would order a harsher penalty.
Come on, Judge!
There you go. Boston Herald March 10th, 1994. Look it up for yourself. There's your buddy Tubby Tom.
God, that must
allegedly a wife beater after the company Christmas party, Anthony.
Getting tanked at the company Christmas. That must have been some scene, huh?
And Tubby Tom says I have no talent. So Tubby Tom, I put this together for you. We'll see who has talent now. Okay, Mrs. Leykis. She's gone. Went to L.A., Mrs. Leykis. Yeah, Tubby Tom, I have no talent. There you go. Enjoy that little piece of production. Wow. According to the Boston Herald, Tubby Tom charged with beating and threatening to kill his fourth wife after getting tanked at the company Christmas party. Oh.
How about that? Well, who saw that little tidbit of information coming out?
Cute little story.
That's a cute one. Ooh. Boy, what spurred that, Tom? I'd like to maybe interview him about that one. What happened? What'd she do that really pissed you off, Tom?
I wonder what song was playing when he took the log to her head. We're just imagining it was rocking around the Christmas tree. Might have been like Silent Night or something.
The stockings are hung by the chimney with care, and soon I'll throw my bitch wife in there. I'm old St. Frick today.
All right, Aunt. Well, we got to take another break here, but the phones are lit, and we will go to the phones next, okay?
All right.
All right, stay there. It's FM Talk at 102.7 with your pals, Opie and Anthony.
FM Talk.
Hello, let's hear some numbers.
FM Talk at 102.7. Opie and Anthony.
Attention! Please take your hands out of your pockets, but it is not a pool room.
The brain is their second favorite organ. FM Talk.
Anything for the show, give us a call, 212-757-1027. We'll try to keep you entertained as you make your way home slowly but surely. The city pretty much has been evacuated, Anthony.
Yeah, what were they, closing down some of the bridges? I think the upper level of the Verrazano.
Closed down the West Side Highway, parts of that. Closed down a lot of the FDR.
Yeah, I think the West Side Highway and the FDR are flooded just below Harlem. So we're safe.
Let's talk to Sick Boy. Sick Boy, what's up?
And what did I say on Tuesday, man?
What's up, man?
I knew this was going to get violent. I think you guys, forget about interviewing him.
Yeah.
I think you need to score an interview with that fourth wife.
I know. That is something I'd definitely like to, someone I'd definitely like to talk to.
I already know someone that has her number, to be honest with you.
Yeah?
And congratulations to Tom for endearing himself to the New York audience. I'm sure he'll have a successful career. And by the way, I've got 2 words for him. Yaddle daddle.
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah. Waddle-doodle. Bone dry, yeah. At least I never beat my wife, yeah. Yaddle-doodle.
I think you guys need to get The Rock on the show. Send him in to do a little interview.
Not turn that U-log sideways.
Yeah, some interesting, tidbits will come out of that.
All right.
Leykis running his mouth, talking about creating this, innovating that. Well, The Rock says this. He's going to take that U-log, lube that sumbitch up real nice, turn it sideways, and stick it up your candy ass. If you smell what open hands are cooking.
All right, thanks, Sick Boy.
Thanks, man.
Hey, man, I wanted to thank you guys real quick for Tuesday.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Unbelievable, man. Sammy Hagar, you guys, just wow mania. Just unbelievable.
Great time.
You know, the unofficial Opie and Anthony website got 10,000 hits overnight. Everyone's trying to check out the video clips from the Webster Hall gig. You got to check it out if you haven't. There's so many great things on there right now.
That reminds me, I got to thank Steve for putting the worst possible picture in history of me up on the website.
That's a pretty good one there, pal. Looks like you were a little hammered, too.
Yeah, I think everybody was kind of feeling it, man. You know, the Wabaritas, the Budweiser.
Right.
And by the way, I'd also like to throw in that Steve and I were personally invited to the trip to Paisanos.
No, I know you were.
I just didn't want anybody to think that, Steve and I were a couple of those beggars and hangers on,
No, you guys, I personally invited you guys.
Yeah, and Joey should get mad props for putting up with everybody.
Yeah, there was 22 of us the other night.
Did you say that we racked up a $600 bill?
Yeah, and Joey was being kind. He paid for a few of the dinners there.
Very nice.
So, all right, man, we got to go.
All right, man, I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, take it easy, man. Unofficial Opie and Anthony website, www.foundrymusic.com. And I believe there's now a link to the unofficial website through the new website for the radio station.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm hearing. What is the new website? Can you go to the old website?
I haven't even seen it.
All right, it's fmtalk1027.com. There's a link there as well to the unofficial website. That's what I'm hearing anyway.
Oh.
Chris, what's up?
Dude, tell this guy, Tom, to get out. He's horrible. You guys spend, not only do you guys get his first hour, but you got to spend 20 minutes listening to some pre-recorded crap about how great he is. Bring back Karen Miller. She'd be much better than he is.
Oh, that's cold.
It's true.
All right, Tubby Tom.
So keep it up, guys.
All right. That's cold. Mike, what's going on?
Hey, what's up?
Mike waited 62 minutes to talk to us. This better be good. Mike, what do you have?
It's worth it. I have a lot to say. First off, you guys like the new age outlaws of radio, in my opinion. And two, yesterday, Tubby Tom made a point saying that he doesn't copy from anybody, but as I recall, he was playing music over the radio. Something that he says he would never do, but yet he's still copying from you guys.
Oh, all right. We waited 62 minutes for that, Mike.
Yeah, it was 62 minutes, man.
Maybe you got tired waiting.
You guys basically said everything, so.
I'm kidding, Mike. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Bye.
It's funny that people are going to abuse us because we play music on our show, but that's what we want to do. It's part of what we do.
We like the music.
You know?
I know from talking to listeners, they like hearing a couple of tunes every so often during the show.
Sure. Plus we're doing 5 hours of talk. That's really not that easy.
Not just spending an hour on a subject, or an hour and a half on one subject and letting two callers battle it out. Well, you do what? I don't know. Figure out what you could use next to bash someone's head in, I guess.
Chris, what's going on?
How's it going?
All right.
So, I've been trying to call the station and his show since Monday just to tell him how bad he sucks.
Well, they're not really going to put a lot of the New York callers through.
No.
See, what he does is he takes all the calls from all over the country, like L.A. and stuff, and they will praise him and tell him how great he is.
Yeah, because they're not from New York. No.
But it's like, I mean...
You can tell as soon as he points down the phone, you know, there's someone from the deep south or something.
Hi, Tom. I sure do love your show.
Hey, great. Hey, this is Mark from Brooklyn.
Yeah, what?
But then when he starts in last night...
What?
And then when he starts in last night on you guys, that was it. I mean, it's just... This guy's got nothing going.
Well,
I can't believe...
Well, let it
broadcast from New York?
For a week or two. Then he goes back to L.A., and a lot of us will just forget about him. I understand we're playing right into his hands. He needs us to talk about him to build some type of audience. But in the end, it's going to come down to talent, and we'll see if he's got what it takes for New York radio.
Oh, Jesus.
It's great if you're syndicated into a bunch of markets, but if those markets are Muskogee and Baton Rouge, I mean, it ain't New York, you know what I mean?
So, don't think he's put one past us. I understand he wanted us to talk about him, so we did. We just brought out the atom bomb, but...
I'm sure he probably didn't expect us to bring up that news article from Boston.
Oh, what, Aunt? This news article? Tubby Tom charged with beating and threatening to kill his fourth wife after getting tanked at the company Christmas party. That one is?
I'll kill you.
And allegedly, it was also reported that he tried to shove her into the fireplace. That's good. Oh, no, Mrs. Leykis, it's okay. He's gone. Don't worry. We have a wife beater that follows us in New York. That's good. Allegedly, of course.
Well, he plea bargained. Any charges like that.
Right.
Out of the big one. He didn't have to go to trial.
All right, Chris. Thank you.
All right, thanks. You guys suck.
All right. Jose.
Hey, guys. What's going on?
Como está? Not much.
Yeah. Hey, listen, last night I got to listen to this idiot talking about you guys, right? Then I hear you guys come in, and I'm shocked that you don't beat him. I was shocked.
You don't think we just... Oh, when we went into the studio?
You should have grabbed him and double-teamed him, man.
Taxi.
I was too scared with that Down syndrome haircut of his. I didn't know if he was going to bite and give me rabies.
But you ready for this? Check this out. Get the wife into your studio and get Spike in there with her. And then let him smell the studio after.
I heard part of his show, and he talks about being like a ladies' man and stuff. Oh, my God. Jesus. Thank God he's on the radio.
The guy's a moron, man.
You ladies would puke. With his ghetto gear and his fat belly and his Down syndrome haircut.
Yeah, but to us he looks like an idiot. But to people like in Kansas City, man, he's probably like a GQ model, you know?
Hey, he has all his teeth, I guess. So that's a good sign for his listeners in the South.
Yeah. Well, you don't know if those are his real teeth, you know? His wife might have got a shot in.
Right. All right, Jose.
Hey, you guys are great, man. Take it easy.
Bye. Christine, what's going on?
Yeah, hi. I want to say how glad I am that you guys went in and talked to that loser last night. I was sitting here, I couldn't get to my radio after you guys were done, I couldn't turn it off. Then I heard him trashing you guys. I'm like, oh, please let them still be there.
Yeah, but then he turns our mics off because he couldn't take it.
Yeah.
Just when I was about to break out the wife beating thing, too.
He's such a loser. How does he expect to come on after you guys and have people listen to them when they're trashing the people that his listeners are fans of?
He truly needs our listeners to listen to him to be successful in New York.
He does.
He doesn't understand that yet.
I can't take his voice.
Right.
I couldn't.
What do you mean?
Oh, my God.
It's a normal voice like anyone else would use.
I was laughing so hard when whoever it was imitated him in front of his face.
That was me.
I thought he was about to blow up.
I need to take credit for that. That was me. That was a funny
Good
one.
job, Opie.
Okay, job.
Oh, my God.
All right, Christine.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great night.
You too.
How's the weather out there?
Actually, I thought I was just about to have my window break in on me.
Oh, really?
I was sent home early.
Right.
I hope you guys don't have to go through the eye of the storm when you're going.
Let me tell you something. I was shocked. I got a phone call early this morning. My boss got us all hotel rooms tonight.
Cool.
Oh, I was amazed.
Better in New York City than out on Long Island.
Well, because I guess the storm's going to hit right when we get off the air. So.
Yes, it is.
All right.
Glad to hear you're not going to have to go home in that.
All right. Thank you, Christine.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Brian, what's going on?
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. Hey, when you guys changed formats, did you change lawyers too?
Why?
I mean, all of a sudden you couldn't talk about the Foundry Music website before. Now there's a link for it, and it seems like they've just sort of opened up the floodgates a little bit for the controversial radio with the.
Well, Feedback
Old girl
on the
or
phone.
whatever it is.
What is up with this damn?
Say that again?
Yeah, it just seems like you guys opened up the floodgates with the controversial radio. You got the guy that comes on after you, sounds like you got the shallow end of the gene pool. He was the guy from QVC's Twin or something. You know, it's usually like a 70-30, 60-40 split. You got the good one, and then the one that kind of slipped out with the afterbirth, and he just didn't quite make it.
Well, let's give Tubby Tom a chance to grow on the listeners, Anthony. Let's let him try to
When
settle in.
gangrene starts to grow, you cut it off.
Honestly, I think eventually the New York listeners will love the comedic stylings of Tubby Tom.
They'll embrace that. You could tell. You better, or he'll hit you.
Sounds like
that should be his little thing.
Listen to me, or I'll beat you. All right, Brian. Thank you.
All right, guys.
Bye. O&A, please clarify something for me. How could you walk into the studio while Tubby Tom is doing a show if he's in L.A.? This is Jim and Peg from Brooklyn. He's here in New York for a couple weeks, and then he's going back to La La Land. I think this whole controversy is BS. I listen to your show every day. I'm a faithful listener, but this is a bunch of crap. I can't stand Tubby Tom, and I cannot believe FM Talk finds it necessary to air a show twice a day and first thing in the morning, please. By the way, Tubby Tom sounds like a combo of Casey Kasem and Captain Kirk.
Yeah, well, no, he's here for a week or so, I guess. I don't know whose idea that was.
It was management. They wanted us to get along, to be honest with you. Yeah.
That'll happen.
I guess that didn't work out too well, huh? Jason, what's up?
Hey, I am one of your best listeners, and I listen to you guys every day, and I am so mad about what this guy, Tom Lick My Ass, did to you guys.
That's all right. We could take it, but we fought back. We just dropped the atom bomb. I would love to see him explain to his syndicated audience all over the country about what happened in Boston.
Yeah, apologize there. That's what you gotta do. Come on, Tubby Tom. And say, I'm sorry, like I did with the coloreds. I mean, Africans. Ladoodle.
Do you think he has the balls to discuss this to a syndicated audience?
No, he's a freaking retard.
You think he'll come on the radio tonight and talk about how he was charged with beating and threatening to kill his wife after getting tanked at the company Christmas party?
When monkeys fly out of my ass.
Oh, wow, that's the other game.
I can't think of...
Please, let the woman get it out.
When listeners called up, they were trying to defend you guys.
Yeah, I know.
I heard he was dumping out on.
I know he was. That's whatever.
And then he dissed a radio station in Boston. He said how nobody could hear you, let alone like you guys. You go to Boston, everybody loves you guys.
Well, whatever. Well, you don't need to kiss our ass. We know what we did in Boston, and we know what we're doing in New York. You know, he's just trying to get to us. I just want to see if he's willing to discuss, what happened in Boston to his syndicated audience.
At the dance market,
First of all, beating your wife. I have no respect for anyone that hits a woman ever in any circumstance, right?
Right.
Yes.
But on top of that, to do it after a Christmas party. All right, Jason.
Bye. Because you know how it is in the house during Christmas. I mean, even if you have an argument in your house during Christmas, it's really kind of depressing and awkward because you have such jovial decorations up and the tree is there and presents and stuff. So can you imagine the scene of just big Tubby Tom blowing up all drunk? I don't know. You got some presents get thrown around.
You gotta say allegedly, Ed, because he plea bargained.
No. I read that in the paper. He was charged.
That's good enough for us. Mark, what's up? Mark.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Sorry to make you wait. What's going on?
That's all right. Tom likes it. Loser.
Man.
Who does a documentary on this guy?
Oh, yeah, he was bragging they were going to do a documentary. That's cool. And then everyone gets to see his Down syndrome haircut.
Gee, I wonder if they'll add in the Christmas scene in that documentary. You think it'll be a reenactment?
Hey,
I don't see him doing a documentary about that.
You guys show up tonight and smash his head in. You can easily claim that he was attacking. He's got a record of it.
Yeah, then we'll be in his documentary.
And as far as his
dude, your phone just sucks. Call back though, all right? Joey, what's going on?
Hey, this is Joey Boots here. How you guys doing today?
All right.
Hey, listen, this fat guy Tom here. You want me to take care of him? I'll bring a couple of friends down. Me and my friend Steve Beery will come down there. We'll take care of him, intimidate him.
No, that's all right, Joey.
Come on, he's coming to New York. He's trying to, mess with you guys. You guys are our boy,
We'll do our own business.
Guys,
We'll take care of our own business.
We'll come down there with a couple of baseball bats, a blowtorch. We'll go medieval on him.
Well, thank you.
Well, hey, the offer stands. You know what I'm saying?
All right, thank you.
A silent night.
Yeah.
Oh. Some scene.
All right, we don't want to spend the whole day in this, obviously.
Nope.
But he wanted us to talk about him today, so there you go.
So there.
We discussed Tubby Tom on our radio show. I'm sure he's very happy somewhere.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right, more of your phone calls in a bit. If you want to fax something, 212-957-9639.
This is something new called FM Talk.
Do not attempt to grow a brain.
At 1027. Opie and Anthony.
What better way to spread beer-fueled mayhem?
They belong in the same category as the Spice Girls.
More stupidity on the way.
That stuff is ridiculous.
FM Talk. At 1027.
And if you got something for the show, give us a call, 212-757-1027. Let's go to the phones here real fast. Do you want to... All right, real fast. A few more and then we'll move on. Craig, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going, bro?
All right.
Hey, I also work in radio here in New York, and I was listening to his show last night after yours. He is so full of crap. Like he says, who plays music on a talk show? There's tons of talk shows that are syndicated or locally that do play music.
Yeah.
You, Stern, Rush Limbaugh, the list goes on. They do play music once in a while on a talk show.
And honestly, we're trying to do something different on our radio show. We'll talk a little more than we have in the past, but we want to continue playing music on our radio show.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this guy comes in there and is like, Anthony was so right. Like, he tries to do that fake radio voice, but as his normal voice.
Right.
He's sitting there like, hi, how's it going? Blah, 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 blah. And he had this like 20-25-minute intro of how great he was. Of all syndicated interviews and news clips and stuff like that.
No, I think people in New York really like hearing guys talk about how great they are.
He's so full of crap. I mean, he's not going to laugh in New York radio at all.
Well,
especially at that time.
He definitely needs our listeners to tune him in. And, after the rant we did today, a lot of people will tune him in today. Mm-hmm. But eventually, he'll just fade back to L.A. And we'll move on with our lives.
Yeah, there was talk about him around our station as well. And it was just like, the guy's a joke.
All right.
2-bit syndicated talk show host.
All right, cool. Thank you, bro.
One last thing before you go.
Yeah.
There's a great song out that you really should get on your show. There's something called the Vagina song.
I know.
The Bloodhound Gang, I think it is.
Yeah, it is a good song. We'll play that.
Yeah, try to get that on.
All right, man. Thank you.
Have a good day, bro.
All right, bye. What are you laughing at, Ant?
Just one of the callers. Something that's written there.
Which one?
Sounds like.
I'll go to him next. Jim, what's up?
Yo, what's up, boys?
All right.
I was cracking up yesterday when I heard you guys go into that studio on that guy. I was banging the steering wheel. He's like, yeah, they're going to be driving home, banging their heads on the steering wheel. I was banging the steering wheel myself, listening to it.
I was laughing on the way home, and he's saying, yeah, I was listening to him on the way home, I'll admit it. And he thought, I'd be all pissed about the things he said about me. I was laughing so hard and going, you idiot, you just played into our hands. You just discussed Opie and Anthony for an hour to the entire country. Yeah. Who's the real idiot?
Yeah.
I mean, Ant and I are getting close to being syndicated. That just helped us out a lot.
I believe you guys will be a lot bigger than him, that's for sure.
Give us 2 years, I guarantee it.
And a crap load of Twinkies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you guys better start eating.
I almost said the S word.
I saw that. All right, thank you.
Don't say the S word, boys. I'm trying not to myself.
All right, man.
All right, peace, motherfucker.
All right, bye. Richie, what's going on?
Dude, what's up? It's Richie, the T-shirt guy.
All right, Richie.
Listen, I had a quick question for you. I was wondering, is it just me or does Mr. Tom Askis, or whatever his name is, does it...
we can't say it like that, but...
You hear the noise?
Tom sounds like Will Pendarvis. Let's see. All right, and we'll figure it out. Okay, Will with a in his mouth. Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, well,
Well, we said it yesterday. He's trying to take Howard's attitude and he mixes it in with the wackiest, goofiest radio voice I've ever heard in my life.
That sounds pretty terrible.
All right, Richie, thank you.
You guys blow monkey balls.
All right, bye.
Later.
Chris, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
I took the show Tuesday. I thought that was the greatest thing in my life. That was so much fun. Great meeting you guys. I got your autographs. I got a shirt from Opie. I was up on the balcony and just went up and I got it. And then you guys signed it. That was real cool.
Oh, cool, man.
So I want to talk about Tom Leykis.
Yeah.
He sounded like such a homo yesterday talking about those Italians, didn't he?
Oh, I know. It sounded like...
You sound like you like men, right?
Now, obviously, I'm listening on the way home because I got to hear what he's saying about us. And, yeah, what was that with the Italian men? I love Italian men!
That sounds exactly like him. So funny. I would listen to him for a little while. See what else he's got.
I'd like to crack his head open with a log. Really show my love.
All right, Chris.
All right, thanks.
Bye.
They have huge slong.
All right, listen, let's move on. We've already given way too much time on our radio show, Ant. Right?
Give me that hairy ass.
We'll move on. But once again from the Boston Herald, March 10th, 1994, Tubby Tom charged with beating and threatening to kill his fourth wife after getting tanked at the company Christmas party.
Oh, man. That's just bad. Oh,
Just thought the New York audience should know that, okay?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to play a couple songs. We're going to clear the phone lines. We want to start talking about other stuff today, all right? So if you want to talk about Tubby Tom, hang up. Maybe we'll discuss that later. I don't know. But if you have anything else, 212-757-1027. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Tom Leykis is a radio rock star. Not that he plays rock and roll. He is rock and roll.
Thank you for tuning in to the Tom Leykis Show.
After nearly 20 years in the talk radio business, you could say the Leykis star has finally risen.
I could yelp into the microphone and say, what do you think about that? And I would get all the lines there.
Fanatical crowd, beautiful women, big money. They're all there, all for a guy who just talks.
I'm just a dope who blabs into the microphone. I don't expect anything when I come into the studio.
His syndicated show is largely unstructured.
I'm in a little room, and a couple of lights blinking, and I don't know what's going on out there.
That was soon finds out.
Oh, the 36 double D.
Oh, the 36. Oh, that rat.
The Tom Leykis Show is a forum for many points of view, most of them Tom.
I didn't say that you would point out in order to get attention.
Leykis himself does not claim moral high ground.
You know, why couldn't I just throw it on my head, right? I've been married 4 times. My God, I've been the victim of an affair. I've had an affair. I'm not a perfect person. I've admitted that.
Callers don't mind admitting
me. Wait a minute. It may be hard to believe now, but for years, Tom's listeners wanted to talk politics.
I do talk about the issues people care about, and those issues change.
The national audience grows, so too does the show's libido.
The time you talk about politics is when you're about to go to war, when times are bad, when people are freaking out because they lose their jobs, you've got a recession, and we've had days like that. And my show did that at that time. Those times are over.
So now it's time to talk about sex?
Yeah, absolutely.
Not just talk about it, but practically do it right on the air and on our nation's freeway.
Called in and said, you know what, Tom? Some of these listeners, I think, need to show their loyalty to you. And these women out there, you know what they ought to do? If they're really loyal, if they see a guy with his lights out, she ought to show her breasts. And I thought, that's really funny. You know what? That would be great. I never thought anyone would do it.
What started out as Flash Friday has spread across the week and across the country.
You have signed a lot of breasts in your day. I have. Hundreds.
At public appearances like this one in Seattle, Tom spends a great deal of his time putting signature to skin.
Women were coming up and just exposing themselves.
Hello, Gary! Flasher Friday to Leykis 101, Tom's take on how to get lucky without spending a lot of money. Are you with me on this, guys? The host does run the risk of being labeled as a shock jock or a shameless ratings grabber.
The character you hear on the radio is really me. It's not phony. It's not an act. The callers are real. To me, a shock jock is someone who gratuitously and intentionally writes comedy material with blue lines, and this is all spontaneous. It's all people just being real people.
No matter how the Tom Leykis show continues to grow and change, Tom himself pledges he will always be Tom.
The important thing is not being liked. The important thing is being remembered.
Tom Leykis.
Tom Leykis?
Leykis.
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 Leykis. It's the Tom Leykis Show.
This is FM Talk. Mason and Kalinsky, mornings 6 to 10.
FM Talk.
Leslie Gold, the radio chick, middays 10 to 2.
FM Talk.
Opie and Anthony, afternoons 2 to 7.
FM Talk.
Tom Leykis, nights 7 to 10.
FM Talk.
Love Line, weeknights at 10. We are
FM Talk.
FM Talk at 1027.
Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being a part of the program. We appreciate it. Here we are. It's our fourth night on the air in New York City. And, of course, our fourth night on the air in Fort Pierce as well. But we're in New York doing the show. And it's interesting because we spent a little time yesterday talking about the morons who preceded us on this radio station. And after all we said, the best they could do was to dig up some 6-year-old newspaper article about something I've talked on the air about. People have been listening for years. What, about 100 times? I discussed being arrested 6 years ago. And it's old news. And they came on the air. It's like the 60 Minutes investigative team was really at work today. You know, here's a story that was like a story 6 years ago. I've talked about it on the air 80 million times. Everybody listening knows it. Back about 5 years ago, my wife came on the show to talk about my arrest. When I was arrested. And listeners know the whole story. Bottom line, A, I didn't do what I was accused of doing. B, I was never convicted of it. Done. Nothing else you can say. And these morons kept referring to my wife as my ex-wife. Now, she's not my ex-wife. She's sitting right here. She's sitting in the studio. I mean, they don't even have all the facts straight. They don't even have any of the facts. That's the big bombshell. Yeah. I was chasing my wife with a log and threw her into the fireplace. Yeah, that's it. Where did they dream this up? I mean, it's so preposterous. Why would anybody believe it? I don't know. I'll tell you what, if my wife were the victim of that, do you think she'd be stupid enough to stay around for the last 6 years? I mean, that would be really stupid. Yeah, I've got a gun to her head. I made her stay with me all these years. Yeah. There she is, the human punching bag. My wife sitting right here in the studio. Unbelievable. And they think they're getting under my skin with this thing. It's like, you know what? They have, Howard Stern is right. These guys do nothing but wannabe Howard Stern. They're just copycats. I mean, even this bit. This was done by John and Ken in L.A. years ago. They went on and did this. This is old hat. Did they steal this from them? I don't know. It's really funny. But anyway, go ahead, keep at it, do it every day. Just keep saying my name and what time the goddamn show is on. That's all I care about. That is all I care about. When I was arrested in Boston, the numbers went through the roof the next 3 months. I just want you to know that. So if your goal is to get people not to tune in, let me point something out. All people care about is that the show is good. That is all people care about. They don't give a rat's ass about my personal life or what's happened to me. All they care about is what comes out of the speaker. I mean, this business is replete with, convicted felons, like, I don't care if it's Danny Bonaducci or G. Gordon Liddy or whoever, people who've been to jail, people who've been and done hard time in prison. For God's sake. Doesn't stop them from getting on the air and being successful, please. And I was never convicted of anything. Never did any hard time, but hey. Keep it up, baby. Just keep saying my name. Keep going. Yeah, that's right. Here on my ghetto gear. In my Liz Claiborne jacket, that's very big in the hood. I want you to know. Very exciting. I'm down with the homies in my Liz Claiborne black jacket. Very nice. It's my ghetto gear. That's right. Pair of 501s and a pair of boots. I'm ready. We're going up to Harlem after the show tonight, Gary. Get a cab. We're going up. I'm going to get down with the Bloods. You and me. Totally amazing. And what's amazing, too, they sit on the air like commenting on my appearance like these two just stepped out of GQ. You got one guy with like freckles and red hair and the other guy with like a ponytail and a face that looks like it should have been spackled a long time ago. Do you really think the ponytail hides that? I mean, the listeners really think these guys are two studs? And by the way, let's talk about the listeners for a second. Now, I grew up here. I know everybody walking down the street has got some amazing physical specimen. Let me point something out. This is radio. There's a reason we're in radio. We are all a bunch of ugly sons of bitches. If we weren't, we'd be working in television making real money. I mean, did I come on the air and pretend to be anything but what I am? I'm on the radio. If I were really attractive, I'd be on television. And by the way, so probably would these guys. So they're sitting there pretending to be these two studly guys right out of the pages of GQ, and they're taking shots at me. Get a look at them. Yeah, did he have acid thrown in his face? Is that the deal, Gary? I don't know. It's amazing. I don't care. Say whatever you want about the way I look, but please, don't throw stones. Yeah, and then the ponytail. What year did that go out? And the whole ponytail thing. I don't get it. And we ought to talk about ponytails this hour. I mean, really. I don't get it. If some people are just a little bit behind in the, they didn't get their style memo this month or something. What is it with guys who wear ponytails? Do they think that's still in? Is that part of ghetto gear? I don't know. Even the phrase ghetto gear. I've never even heard that phrase before. And it's, what a hipster. I'll tell you. Unbelievable. But, seriously, what is it with guys who wear ponytails? Can someone explain this to me? I mean, I want to know from women out there, do you find ponytails attractive or desirable? When you see a guy with a ponytail, you go, oh, that guy's hot. Look at him. He's really, really hot. Especially the guys with the ponytail that, they wear the cheap New York Mets hat, and they got the plastic attachment in the back, and they stick the ponytail through the hole in the back, and it kind of hangs over the plastic. I mean, ladies, do you find that attractive or appealing? I mean, really. I just wonder, when guys go out, do they think that's hot? I mean, maybe that was hot, 9-10 years ago, back when, I don't know, who was it that was doing that? Michael Bolton? Yeah, he was really hip, too. He was like the last big ponytail. Even he got rid of the ponytail. And what's going on? Some of these guys with the ponytails. Seriously. Do you have a ponytail? Now, I'm talking to you. Do you have a ponytail? And women, do you find this attractive and appealing? Or do you think this is like, the past? It's old. It's old news. I want to talk about this. The whole ponytail thing, it's like a dead issue. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
That guy can lick my butt. That guy can lick my butt.
The Tom Leykis Show on FM Talk at 102.7.